guys, I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to another day of Vlogmas. If you didn't know, I am doing Vlogmas on my channel. I'll leave a link down below to the full playlist, but I'm going to be doing a range of fashion, beauty, home, lifestyle. There's going to be weekly vlogs happening, like basically a bit of everything, and just sharing with you the most December-y, festive-y, wintry content that I possibly can. So hopefully you enjoy it, and today, as you can see from the title, is going to be all about my winter coats. So I thought it was about time I did a big collection video for you and shared all of the coats that I own and talk you through how long they've been in my wardrobe, whether I wear them a lot, whether they were worth it to me, whether they're good quality, etc. Some of them are old, but they are still in stock. Some of them are obviously out of stock now, but I wanted to really give you a taste of what I have in my wardrobe and what's been there for a long time. And I wanted to make something that was really to inspire you to look into your own wardrobe and inspire you to go back and maybe rewear some of those coats, style them up a little bit differently, and just make the most of what you've got, because we don't need to change our wardrobe every single year to keep them current. They can still be timeless pieces and classic pieces that you wear year upon year. So without further ado, we're going to get started. I've kept these in the order that they were in my cupboard, so we're actually going to be starting with the bigger ones, not the smaller ones, which wasn't really intentional, but I think that's quite a good place to start because these are like my chunky winter coats that are going to be the ones that you maybe would want to invest in for the next few months, rather than going for like the slightly lighter weight ones. So starting off with this end, we have this coat which I got last year from Topshop. This rail is so not secure. Can you see this? It's having a field day and it's like bowed in the middle. It's very heavy. 24 coats is a lot of coats to hang on one rail, so we'll see if it lasts. But this first coat, as I said, is from Topshop. This one I got, I think, maybe like January or February this year actually. I don't think it's that old, but it's a really cozy, warm borg coat. But this one was an addition to my wardrobe that was really welcome because it's really nice and snug. It's the borg fabric, very cozy, very easy to style, and it's just the coat that I wear when I really need to be warm. Honestly, the dream coat. I think it cost me about £75 brand new, and I've had so much wear out of it since I bought it, so definitely one that is a worthwhile investment and one that's going to be sticking around for a long time. Then the next one we've got is this faux fur number, which is the only faux fur one that I've actually got at the moment. It's the most un-me, but me kind of coat that I ever could have bought. So this one is from And Other Stories, and I got this in the Black Friday sale for £45 back in, I want to say like 2016 or 17, so it's quite a few years old now, and it's just been a really long runner because not only is it big and faux fur and this gorgeous green colour that I've never really seen anywhere else, but it's also really lightweight, so like it's very movable, it's very easy to wear because it doesn't feel restrictive at all, which is why I love it. And Other Stories is one of my favourite places to look for outerwear. I do only own, I think, 2 coats from there, but they're both really high quality and I recommend having a look. Then moving on to puffers, we have 3 different puffer coats on here. They are all fairly new to the wardrobe. I've only added them in the last year because I've never been a puffer coat person, but now I kind of like them. I like having different styles of them. I like having like some big ones and some smaller ones. This one I actually bought about 2 months ago now, I think, so I've worn it a couple of times. It's really lightweight, but it's also quite warm, so you can layer it up a lot if you want to with like jumpers and stuff, but over the last month I've worn it just with like lightweight t-shirts underneath and jeans, and it's been absolutely fine. But this is a River Island Studios jacket. If you wanted to save a little bit of money, definitely look at this one. If not, I'll leave a similar link down below like I said with the others. Then this puffer coat is actually from Revolve, and I got this one back in, I think maybe like October last year, and it's gorgeous. It's a little bit different to the other ones that I own and any that I've really seen, and that's kind of why I love it. It's got this really nice open collar, and then it's actually got a belted detailing, but it's like a short belted coat. Really nice and snug and just so cute. I have actually never been able to wear this out the house because obviously last year when we went into lockdown in November, I literally did not have a chance to wear this before we ended up back in lockdown and stuff through the whole winter. So it's going to get its moment this year, and I do really love it. I just wish I'd had the time to wear it last year. So it's a size small and it's Lovers and Friends, and I believe they still have it in stock, so I'll link it, but definitely one that needs to be coming out ASAP. I think that's the problem with having been in lockdown, is a lot of the things that we bought last year intending to wear throughout the winter months, when we ended up with the other lockdowns, it kind of screwed up everyone's plans. So a lot of the winter stuff has not been worn, but it's stuff that's still timeless. Like that jacket, I know I'm going to be loving for years, so it's a really good investment. I just haven't got around to wearing it yet. Moving on, we've got the final puffer, which is this one from H&M that I picked up on a whim, and it's actually probably my favourite one that I've got. Really nice check beige one with the button and zip detailing at the front. It's kind of nice and oversized, so it is slightly like Frankie shop dude, cute. I wear this probably the most out of all of the coats on this rail for like every day if I'm popping to the shop, or if I'm running out to the post office, or if I've got to do something really quickly. This tends to be what I put on. It's just really nice and lightweight, really great for layering, and just something that keeps you super cozy when you need to just run out of the house for a little bit, or equally like it's great for layering up, like I said. Then we have this one from ASOS, which is about 3 years old. And this is one that I've come in and out of love with a few times over the years. It's from ASOS Design, and it's a real sheepskin coat. So it's really nice and thick and high quality. Like, it weighs an absolute ton, but it's so adorable. Like, this last year I wore a lot with like leggings and Doc Martens and a big jumper and stuff. And it's just really cute for layering. One thing that I did like when I bought this is that where it's real, over time it will wear really nicely, so it will get that really nice like worn look. It will be a bit more movable, a bit more soft, and it will just kind of come into its own. You know how you get certain products that just really come into their own over time? This is definitely going to be one of those. Then we have this little number, which came in last week from Urban Revivo. If you haven't already seen on my Instagram, I worked with them really recently, and they kindly gifted me a few bits for an ad. And this one I really love. It's one of the first things I picked, and I just think it's gorgeous. It's a Borg kind of coat, and it is faux shearling, so it's got the faux suede on the inside. Very lightweight, and I loved the little seam detailing. It's really well made, really high quality, and it's just, like I said, something that's really easy to style and that I know will be in my wardrobe for a while, because rhyming without meaning to, but it's just that high quality that we all look for. And Urban Revivo is never somewhere that I'd really heard of before, but now I know about them, I'm definitely going to be going back because they have some really gorgeous basics on their website. Next up, we've got this mango number, which I got last year. This was again another sale purchase. I think I got this in Black Friday sales for about £20. This one's great. It's just a little herringbone check. It's belted, which is my favourite style of coat, and it's just a really simple one to throw over an all black outfit and just kind of add a little bit of something else. But they do have a similar coat this year in the exact same fabric. It's just not belted, so I'll leave that link down below because it is gorgeous. This is one I know I'll get more wear out of over the years because it is just really comfortable and timeless. Next up is this one, which I got just before Paris from H&M. This one is in a size small, and it's a wool blend coat. Again, belted. You will notice there is quite a few belted and trench coats on here because they are just my favourite style of coat. And you might notice throughout this whole rail, there is actually only 3 black coats. This is the first, well, this year is the first time I've actually invested in a black coat, which is mental considering I don't really wear colour, so I don't know how I've lasted this long without a black coat. I have to admit, H&M for coats is a good bet if you're looking for something that's a little bit more affordable but still on the high quality spectrum, because this is really well made, the seams and stuff are beautiful, and despite wearing it quite a lot, there's absolutely no bobbling yet, which is exactly what I look for in a coat. If it starts to bobble really quickly, you know it's not going to last very long, but this one seems to be doing really well. Next up is another long-standing coat from my wardrobe. This is actually about 6 or 7 years old, and I love this so much. It's a H&M one. It's a belted coat, it's camel, it's gorgeous, it's so timeless that I still wear this all the time despite it being quite old. So no matter how many coats come and go in the wardrobe, this one is a long-standing because, like I said, H&M, the quality is really good and they just last so long, which actually leads me on to the next coat because I've got another one that is H&M. This one I picked up last year. And it was about £30, so absolute bargain. They'll probably have similar, so I'll link it. But it's just a nice cream one that is a little bit smarter. So I tend to wear this if I want to look a bit more chic rather than looking really like just thrown on because sometimes I can look quite thrown together. This one's a little bit more chic and it's just a little bit more structured. Very, very beautiful, and again, that really nice soft wool. And it's actually got like a really soft kind of striped pattern on it. Very, very subtle, but it's kind of striped, chevron-y. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's not like a full block colour, which is really nice. It's got that blend. Then next up we have this one, which is kind of my coat of the moment, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. It's a really nice cream coat with the quilted collar here. The collar doesn't really go much further, it kind of stops there. And it's a lovely coat for every day. Really easy if you want something that just throws on, really warm, and just like a cute long cream coat. It was about £75, but the quality is there. Then moving on, we have trench coats. So I've kind of faded this in the style of coat and colour order, which is how I have them organised in my wardrobe. This is a trench coat I've had for 2 years now. I do love it, but there's something about it that I just don't gravitate to it as much as other coats in my wardrobe. So some of these I wear a lot more than others, but this one is definitely one that just doesn't get as much wear. And the reason being is it's this really like canvassy fabric, and it's obviously khaki, which khaki you can kind of wear year round, but the canvassy fabric just screams spring to me, and I think there's such a limited time window that you can really wear a coat like this. that I just don't get it out enough. It's a really lovely coat and it is really high quality and really beautifully made. It's just that I don't get enough wear out of it. Then we've got my all-time favourite coat that you already know what it is. I've featured this a billion times already. It's my Burberry trench, which I picked up vintage from a thrift shop in London not that long ago. I think I got it maybe like March this year, if not a little bit later, and I've been obsessed with it since. I've worn this so many times. It actually needs a dry clean at the moment, and I figured now would be the time to do it because we're coming out of trench coat season. As much as I still could wear this and still will wear this, I just think it's time to give it a little dry clean before I get it out anymore. But it's beautiful, really high quality as you can imagine. Burberry trenches speak for themselves, I think, in the fact that you can always find vintage ones online that are from like the 70s or 80s. This one is one that I really think is going to be in my wardrobe for the rest of my life, and I know that when I'm 70, I'm still going to be walking around wearing this, and I just honestly, this is like my prized possession coat, probably because it was the most expensive one that I own, but also because it's just so timeless, and it's like an investment piece that I've always wanted in my wardrobe. So very happy to have it, and I will leave my vintage haul in the cards if you wanted to check that out, and you can just see everything vintage that I bought over the last couple of years and just see where I get stuff and what I think of it. Then we've got this one, which is again a couple of years old from ASOS. I think this one was from maybe like September 2019, 2020. Very thin and lightweight, but it's the kind of coat that is just great for layering, especially in autumn and spring, because it just is so easy to wear. It's beautifully made and it's gorgeous, and it's just one of those coats that I just can't get enough of. I just think it's adorable, and I have worn this quite a lot since I've had it, so very good if you want light layers, but I love this so much, and if I can find similar I will. But I know there's a couple of other influencers who also have this and still wear it all the time too, which I think speaks volumes for how good quality it is when we're all still wearing it. And then last but not least, on the trench coats, we have this number from Warehouse, which I got probably about 3 or 4 months ago now. Haven't actually been able to wear it out the house yet. I actually had this turn up when I was in Paris and I wanted to wear it there, but I didn't get the chance because it hadn't arrived in time. And since then, I have been like out and about and stuff, but I've not really done anything that's like worthy of like dressing really nice or anything. And I think, like I said a minute ago, trench coats have kind of had their season. So I'm excited to get this out in the spring a little bit more and see if I can style it up into winter with some jumpers and stuff. Then we move on to the blazer coats, which is where things start to get a little bit interesting, because I actually have 3 of the same coat in different colourways, because if you like something, you buy it in every colour. Am I right, girls? Because I definitely do that. But this one is the first one I'm going to show you, and then we'll get on to those. This one is from 2018, and I got this from ASOS gifted, and I blimmin' love it. It's lasted so long in my wardrobe, and I'm just obsessed. I've always been obsessed. I wore this one quite a lot in Paris recently, if you've seen those videos. I also tend to just kind of wear it a lot year round, to be honest. It's just really cool. Really nice thick wool as well, so it looks like a blazer, but it's definitely a coat because it's very thick. And it's just so nice for layering and stuff. Like, this with knee-high boots is my absolute favourite, but this is a long-standing that I'm absolutely in love with, and I know this is going to be in my wardrobe for a really long time. Then we have my 3-in-1 coat, as I like to call it, because I own 3 of them. So first up we had the black coat, which arrived into my wardrobe, I want to say maybe like August, September time, and it's been very well loved. Really good quality for Missguided. I don't typically think Missguided is like the most amazing quality in the world. They have really great quality pieces, and it's just really great, and it's just really great quality from a more affordable brand. So very highly recommend. So much so that I rave about this all the time, and loads of you guys have gone nuts on the links and stuff for it. We've actually sold it out quite a few times, so thank you guys, because that's amazing. But I did actually love it so much that I picked up the other 2 colours, and I know a lot of you have too. So the other 2 colourways is the cream one, which is the newest in. I only got this last week and I'm obsessed with it. It's just a really nice overcoat, great for if you're layering up for like party wear and stuff, because it's not as heavy as a black coat. And then I've also got this one, which looks a bit more like a blazer, but it's a really nice soft black and white check, and slightly lighter fabric as well, so it's not as heavy and thick, but it's still equally gorgeous. Then we have my final blazer coat of the video, which is this one from And Other Stories that I've had for around about 6 to 7 years, and it's lasted for ages. It's still just as good quality. They still have these on the website in a billion different colours, and it's just a really classic, easy coat to wear. And then last but not least, we have 2 shackets and 1 leather jacket, and then I am done, I promise. I know this has been a long ramble of a video, but this is the shacket, which I actually, this is so embarrassing to admit, forgot that I owned until I've done this video and put everything on this rail. So I got this shacket from H&M a few months ago, and it's a black shacket, true to my style. I love a bit of black, and it's just that nice like oversized, it comes probably like just above my knee, so a nice oversized fit, and it's gorgeous. So if you're looking to invest, I recommend, because they will be something you can wear for a few years, for at least a few more years, and they are quite a kind of timeless trend piece, I guess you could say. Then we have this jacket, which I got from Mango last autumn, I think, so 2020. Really lovely style, very neutral, very easy to wear, and this is more of a shirt one. So like I said, that one's double lined, really nice and thick and high quality. This one is still high quality, but it's a lot thinner, so there's no lining or anything, and it's got that really nice like brushed cotton, brushed wool feel. I don't know if it's brushed wool, I don't really know, but either way, it's brushed, it's gorgeous, it's got the big oversized check, and this is one that's actually been duped a lot this year in places like Zara and H&M, so you can still get your hands on similar, but it's really nice because you can wear it into the spring and stuff as well with like a little dress underneath, and it's just really easy to style and very timeless. So this one had a lot of wear out of it and still continues to get a lot of wear actually. It is one that I grab out quite often for, like I said, just throwing on something really quickly, and if I'm wearing quite a neutral outfit or something, it just works really well. And then last but not least, we have my leather jacket, which is this one from Missguided. I got this about 2 years ago, and it's their oversized, I think it's called the oversized leather biker jacket or something, but one that they've had for years and they keep bringing back, which kind of odes to how timeless it is. You can never go wrong with the leather jacket, and this is definitely one that I'm loving at the moment. It's got the silver hardware, it is faux leather, so it's a bit thinner, and it did have a belt around the bottom. I did size up in this one because I wanted it to be a little bit more oversized, and it's just a really gorgeous fit. But that's it for today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed seeing all of the coats in my collection, and hopefully I gave you some inspiration to go back through your wardrobe and maybe rewear some of your own pieces and just see what's there. When you go back through your wardrobe, you tend to find pieces that you maybe forgot about. Like, for example, I could easily have forgotten about like this one or the Revolve one. But when you go back, you kind of fall back in love with things, so it's worth having like that little try-on session, maybe get the girls involved, get them all over, try things on, and just see how you feel about your wardrobe, because we've been inside for a really long time, and I think it's time we started to like reshop for ourselves with stuff that we already own and maybe don't spend as much money. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more from me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.